Hey guys, welcome. And this is Mark Digital here with another digital update. So, today we're going to be looking at part 4 of the Ape Society series that we've been doing. And we're going to be looking at cabins, real estate in general, as well as the society token and staking, right? So, let's jump into it. So, in terms of real estate, first there was the apes that came out, and then after that the other section of the roadmap you had the real estate that came out. So this real estate is like cabins where you can stake your apes in the cabin. First you need to get a frame. In that cabin you'll have to purchase the frame using the society token, which is a token that's used throughout the ecosystem. You purchase a frame and then you are able to stake your ape inside that cabin. And then also in the cabin you can do other stuff. You are able to purchase other stuff to put in your cabin and decorate your cabin just like a house. You're able to make it into your own custom setting that you would like, right? So the real estate is really purchasing and selling those cabins that you would use. And really you have three different type of cabins, and if you look at it, this is essentially what they look like. So you have your chateau, you have your estate, and then you have your smaller cabin. So we're just going to look at them one by one here. So if you, and this, by the way, we're on the JPEG store, where you can buy cnfts, and this is where you can get your Cardano, um, your the Ape Society um, apes, as well as you can pick up your real estate here as well for the Ape Society. Now, if you go to the properties, once you go to if you're searching for um the real estate for the Ape Society, you're gonna have to type in, when you get to the JPEG store, you're gonna have to type in cabins by the Ape Society, right? And after you type that in and you found the real estate, you can jump into the different properties. You can, use the different filters to filter how you want. But I'm just using this to show you the three different types of real estate that you can buy on the Ape Society. And again, in total, there is 10,000 cabins that you can get, and it's divided into three different groups. Your first group is your chateau, and your chateau is the very large building that the largest one of the three real estate that you can buy, right? And if I was to filter out chateau, you can see these are your chateau, right? And then the real estate in general is broken down into different streets, much like in the real world. Your real estate has a gate number, right? Or a street number, right? Where, like you can see for this particular one, it's 123 Glenhouse Close Street, and this is your, like, your zip code and all of that. So you can see it's really broken down. It's amazing the amount of detail that these guys put into what they're doing. Like, and these numbers at the end, I wouldn't be able to break down all the numbers right now to tell you what they mean. You can dig a bit deeper into it. Go to their Discord. I think there's some information there. But what I do know is that it these numbers kind of tell you where um on the street the house is. So even though it's a chateau, the chateau is spread throughout the real estate area, and you have chateaus in different areas. And it starts from A all the way down to Z. And A would be the most valuable, and it makes its way down. Chateau would be the most valuable, and then it makes its way down, right? But again, it depends on how the community in that area, how well they're doing and how they build their community, how valuable that community is gonna get, right? It's very close to the real world, guys, and this is what I love about this project. Now, so you have your chateau, and then you have your estate, which is the second largest real estate that you can buy, second more expensive. And then again, that one is also broken down from A all the way down to Z, as it relates to this particular number, right? And if you take a closer look at this, you can see what it looks like, right? Then, so that's your estate, and then these are your smaller cabin size, and they refer to these as cottages. See, so that would be your cottage. Again, you can see smaller in size, smaller in price as well. But again, if you have one of these in a certain district or closer up in the alphabet to A, then it has more value than maybe a chateau that's closer to Z and in a certain district. So it's not necessarily the size of the house that's the only thing that's contributing to the price or the size of the real estate. It's also its location, right? So as you can see, and if you look at, say, this one, which is the SLVD ratings, you can see what I'm talking about. You can see the alphabet going down. And then if you look at A, you can see that the A has less real estate associated with it, right? So it's the less common, hence it's more valuable than the other real estates, right? And this is how they broke down the value from A down to Z. And if you make your way down, like say I got to B, you have 311 real estate. C, you have 308. D, you have 315. E, you have 355. And as you make your way down the alphabet, down to like Z, you start to have more. I, you have 535. And again, it looks like this is kind of mixed up in a way where, again, in terms of how common it is, you probably have to go through these one by one because it looks like it's not even consistent like what I was saying. But this is good. It's good because it sort of gives it that real feeling of the real world, something that you cannot really predict what the outcome is going to be. You can purchase a real estate, but it's kind of hard to predict. But you still have the fundamentals that will drive the value, which is like the sizes and also perks that come with them. Because I think for your cottage, you are only able to have a maximum of 2 frames inside the cottage, right? Whereas your chateau, you're able to have up to 10 frames where of staking inside your chateau. So again, it all depends on the perks. It all depends. It's much like the real world where you have to do your evaluation and carefully decide on where you, if you decide to invest. It not investment advice. Do your own research. But if you do decide to invest in the project, you have to do your own research and really look and to see where you want. But in my opinion, like anywhere in this project that you invest is probably a good investment, because when you think about it, this project has all the fundamental that it needs to become a really huge project. And then in terms of if you want to look at just where the different areas are, like you can see here, it's broken down into 35 different areas. And we spoke about the Dark East community that's been driving their location, and people with a certain mindset and common goals, and how they're coming together and forming their own community and have setting their own goals, which could drive the value of the community as well. So that would be here in this area. So this area would be dark E, and if you look here, you can see over to your right, it says DE, which is referring to the Dark East community. But again, if you look at this heat map, it's also showing you which area is more um you know more more popular in sales. um I believe that's how this one is broken down. Don't quote me on it, but I believe that's how this map is broken down. And you can see from this map. And how do you find this map? If you go to their website and then you click on map, you're gonna see this coming up, and it's just rendering because it's trying to give you, I would assume, real-time information. And then you can use this information to see like the areas that are more volatile in terms of prices, are being sold more frequently, more in demand, something to that extent, right? And over to the left, you can filter out if you just want to see shadow. And if you want to see shadow, like say for example in dark east area, you filter that out, you click apply, and you see them, they will come up. So if you want dark east, you have to click here to filter it out. Let's click apply again. And you can see only the ones that are in dark east, that are shadows that are lit up right here. And if you want to purchase this one, you can purchase it, because what we had searched for was, if you look over to the left hand side, we had filtered out not all cabins but the ones that are for sale. And then you could potentially go to the JPEG store and you could buy this one that you want, right? So that's just a rundown of the heat map and just how it can help you to make some decisions there, right? Yeah, and then we wanted to also look at staking and the society token. So the society token is the token that's used in the ecosystem. I believe it's about 700,000 tokens. I know that every time the token is spent, like say for example to buy a frame, or to buy other assets that's going to be available that the craftsmen are going to build, that society that's used is burnt. So there's a burning mechanism that's built in the society that's going to allow it to be deflationary, right? So the more people get involved in the community, the more it's spent. Is the less that's available, is the more rare it gets, hence it gets more valuable, right? And the price will go up for people that are interested in the price, right? Again, not investment advice, guys. Do your research. Now, um, another thing with staking is staking, as you guys know, if you're involved in the community a lot in the just the NFT space and cryptocurrency, when you stake, it means that you put your ape in a frame, and if you go to this website, and again, to find this website, you would go to the main page, the home page, and you would go up to the top and you would click staking. You have to connect your wallet over to the side here. You're going to connect your wallet, and then it's going to show you how many society tokens you have. If you go to frames here, over to your right, if you click on frames, it's going to show you the frames, and then you can purchase that frame that you want using society tokens, right? So for me, I have an artist, so I think that's why I'm getting the price kind of half off. But you can purchase a frame, and when you purchase that frame, that society that you spent is burned, right? Um, so after you purchase your frame, you're gonna go over to staking, and when you go over to staking, you can just here, instead of unstake, you would have stake, and then you would stake your ape to the frame. Now, after staking your ape to the frame, you have to wait, and I think every 24 hours it upgrades and let you know how much Ape Society you've earned from the staking, and then you can claim those rewards. I've never claimed the rewards because you can allow it to build up for as long as you want, and you can do one claim later when you're ready to do that claim, right? But another interesting thing about these frames is that you can actually upgrade the frames. So here, if I go back to frames, you can see where it's saying that I can upgrade. So I've upgraded to level 1. When you upgrade your frame, there is what they call a cooldown period. So when I upgraded to level 1, it upgraded me right away, but I'm not able to upgrade to level 2 immediately. It gives me like a 24-hour cooling down period that I have to wait before I can upgrade to a level 2. And when you get to level 1, like I am right now, if I try to upgrade this to a level 2, it's probably going, I think it's going to be 48 hours that I have to cool down. So it keeps going up, and it keeps cooling you down longer depending on which frame you're upgrading to. And that's just to prevent people from jumping from a level 1 up to a level 7, which I think level 7 is the highest, um, immediately, like just in one go, right? So these built-in mechanisms are just there. And you know, the funny thing is, from what I gather from the Twitter groups and the Twitter conversations, it sounds like these guys are the three guys are the main guys that are working on it. They don't have like a huge team. So it's just amazing what these guys have been able to accomplish, and how much thought they've put into all of this, and how deep these these thinking goes. Like this system, the staking system, the frames, the real estate, the apes, the different traits, the different families. You know, if you look at it, you can see that this NFT project is not just another NFT project. You can see that the project, there's a lot of thought that went into it. There's a lot of opportunity here for this project to become one of the biggest NFT projects out there. This is not just another Bored Ape Yacht Club. No, no disrespect to any other NFT project, but it's not just another Bored Ape Yacht Club in the terms of just buying some apes and like trying to push them to, you know, to just based on just advertisement. it has certain fundamentals. It has that gamification. It has the stuff that will keep you interested in the project and keep people coming back to the project, right? It's just a lot of fun to be in the space. And then you have the community that's so great and is at the base of what's happening with this project. So again, kudos to these guys, man. They don't have a big team from what I gather, and they've done like massive amount of work in such a short time. And if you can look at the site, it's so clean. It's not complicated, very user friendly. It works. So many other projects come out, they don't work, they have to go back to the drawing board, they have to, these guys don't overcomplicate things, and the stuff works and it's still fun, right? So again, Mark Digital here, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Share the video if you like the video. Click the notification bell, because I'm gonna try to put out as much stuff out there that I can. This is what I normally do. So making these videos is just me hitting record and just being myself. I'm telling you, because this is what I normally do on a daily basis. Like, I love technology. I love cryptocurrency. I love that it's the next frontier, and I like being at that place, right? So stay tuned, guys. Have a great day.